So he would have changed his mind because he was scared, I think.
I saw your documentary and, well, certain quotes that you say, I wanted to crush him.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds a bit harsh to me. What did you think when he was, saying all the stuff about Gary? What did you think?
Tell the truth.
I wanted to crush Gary too.
Everybody does.
Obviously, you know, because like I said, because we didn't have that kind of conversation with each other where we share each other's feelings, we was very separate. So when Robbie left, obviously it was, of course it was a blow to the band and it was a blow to everybody, but if Robbie was to leave the band now, which he's going to do at the end of the year, I mean, if Robbie was to leave the band now, it would be, you know, we'd try not to let him because...
And I think he's on about, you know, when I was slagging Gary off.
Oh no, I know that, I'm getting to that.
Oh, right, sorry.
Yeah, I was obviously sided with Gary. You know, I followed Gary's solo career and there's a lot of shit going on in the press and stuff like that. I mean, a lot of stuff being made up as well, but... yeah, I did side with Gary because I think from the very beginning of the band I was kind of more attracted to Gary as in the music.
Because he's handsome.
No, because of the music side of things.
And you were a similar age too.
And I shared room with him a lot as well. So yeah, I did side with Gary, but obviously we didn't know what Robbie's problems were, you know, when he left the band, and because we didn't talk until the meeting we had in LA, which was which was the most fascinating meeting ever, because obviously there's a lot of we was all in the same room because it was shared very openly. You know, Gary was on that side, Robbie was on that side, and us three were there, and they're talking to each other, talking about stuff, and it was an amazing session. Well, it was like a therapy session.
Well, it was incredibly therapeutic. But what we did realise was that 5 boys had 5 different journeys through Take That. 5 different stories, 5 different feelings. You know, none of them the same, and that was interesting in itself.
And is it for you now? Is the circle is round now? Maybe for this second time around now.
Well, have we wrapped it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, the quest continues, the life goes on, and we found a peace, but you know, life throws curveballs at you all the time. I'd like to think that we'll go on from this and this will be it, and I think it will. You know, there's no reason why it shouldn't be, but you never know what's around the corner with anything.
That's true.
You know, for five different people with 5 different views and opinions, you know, I think we've managed really, really well. This time around, we've done amazingly well.
I wrote down some quotes that you've said in the documentary. Maybe you can comment on them. First of all, one quote that you said about him. That classic Becky vocal sound that Take That have is Howard Donald.
Mm-hmm.
When did you, find this out for yourself? You say, hey, this is maybe the thing that distinguishes.
Well, he got that case through.
Well, no, you know, it was the same the first time round. You know, Howard does an awful lot that people don't know about, and you know, I was just bigging my mate up, and he's got a fantastic ear for harmonies. You know, he's very talented.
Okay.
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah, that's right.
And the thing that you said, Robbie has a very changeable mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was instances in certain areas where we were in the world where, like, I think it's probably America, where we'd want to meet Robbie and, you know, to get together to try and have a chat, and Robbie said yes, obviously, and then like a couple of hours before he was going to meet us, he would say no. So he would have changed his mind because he was scared, I think.
Why?
Well, the boys have been back together as a 4-piece for about 3 or 4 years, you know, and I'd said an awful lot of bad things about members of the band, and I didn't know what kind of response I was going to get. Also, I was scared that, you know, I think I was most scared that I'd go, say my piece, and then people would be like, no, that didn't happen. That's what I was scared of, you know, but...
I would have been scared, you know, being out of a band for that long and then coming back to somebody, it's like...
So much water under the bridge as well, you know, it's almost 15 years, I think.
Yeah.